Good day, everyone. This is Sir Don, and welcome to another learning session for business communication. Today, we'll be having lesson number 3, which is entitled Nonverbal Communication and Business Communication. Nonverbal communication plays a crucial role and important role in business settings because it complements, reinforces, or even contradicts what is being said verbally. It includes facial expressions, gestures, body language, eye contact, posture, even the tone of voice, and even physical space. It matters because it enhances understanding, it builds trust and rapport, it enables someone to express emotions, it supports leadership and authority, and also it improves customer relations. It regulates also the flow of communication. So today we're going to discuss it one by one. And let me read to you the learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, you will be able to identify the barriers to business communication, differentiate verbal from nonverbal barriers, and construct and analyze scenarios illustrating business communication barriers. Now, I have here a lesson review or preview, and I want you to pause for a while for 5 minutes and differentiate the verbal and non-verbal barriers to business communication. Marahil yung iba sa inyo ang sasabihin when it comes to verbal barriers, of course, this will be connected to spoken language. And for non-verbal barriers, this might be obstacles related to body language, facial expression, gestures, and tone. So, tignan natin. Okay? Now, I have here the definition of nonverbal communication. Basically, nonverbal communication is more spontaneous than verbal messages. What do we mean by that? When you say something is spontaneous, so kumbaga, mas natural. Okay? There are reasons why nonverbal communication is more spontaneous than verbal communication. Basically, yung nonverbal communication kasi, mas considered siya as more spontaneous than verbal communication dahil instinctive siya or subconscious siya without deliberate planning. Paano yun? Mas natural, okay? Natural na kapag nag-agree tayo, tumatango tayo. Kapag hindi tayo nag-agree, umiiling tayo. Halimbawa, nakikita sa non-verbal communication natin naturally kung nag-agree ba tayo, nagdi-disagree ba tayo sa ating mga gestures. So, yung mga facial expression natin, tone of voice natin, yung body of movements natin, automatic response yan dun sa emotion or situation na meron tayo or nararamdaman natin. Okay? For example, kung nako-confuse ka, makikita yun sa mukha mo. Okay? Non-verbal communication can reveal true feelings, yung totoong nararamdaman mo, even when verbal communication is being used to hide them. Diba napag-aralan natin yan doon sa barriers na maaaring yung salita mo, nag-yes ka, pero sa facial expression mo, sa tono ng pananalita mo ay hindi naman. And that is the power of non-verbal communication. This is the reason why non-verbal communication is typically more spontaneous than verbal or spoken messages. By definition, nonverbal communication is the oral and non-oral messages expressed by other than linguistic means. So, ito yung oral and non-oral messages na na-express natin maliban doon sa mga linguistic means natin or sa kakayahan natin magsalita. It includes messages transmitted by vocal means that don't involve language. So, sabi dito, kasama dito yung mga message na pinapadala natin or kino-communicate natin na through vocal na hindi gumagamit ng salita. Okay, paano yan? For example, yung pagtawa natin. Okay? Yung pag-sigh natin. Yung iba't ibang utterances natin. So, yung pagtawa, halimbawa, ay vocal means na hindi nag-i-involve ng language or hindi gumagamit ng pagsasalita. At kasama yun sa non-verbal communication. Kasi usually ma-attribute natin or ina-attribute natin yung non-verbal communication as voiceless. The truth is, it also includes oral and non-oral messages. So, katulad ng pag-sigh, pag-laugh, and other types of utterances. Okay? So, there are different examples of non-verbal communication here. But let's have the Mehrabian model. The Mehrabian model is from Professor Albert Mehrabian, who pioneered understanding of communication since the 1960s. Take note of that. Okay? The Mehrabian model shows that only 7% of the meaning is communicated by most messages coming from the verbal portion, with the remaining 93%, okay, being conveyed non-verbally. So, iniisip natin kapag nakikipag-usap tayo or nakikipag-communicate tayo in general, mostly ang ginagamit natin ay oral communication or verbal communication. But alam nyo ba na based on the Mehrabian model, 7% lang, okay, ng meaning na pinapadala natin or kino-communicate natin, ang ginagamit natin ay verbal. Yung remaining na 93% ay kino-convey natin non-verbally. This is very important. This is the reason why it is pivotal, or non-verbal communication is pivotal in business context. Kasi 7% lang pala ang verbal portion, and the remaining 93% constitutes or attributed to non-verbal communication. Ano yan? 55% nun yung body language mo. Okay? 38% nun yung voice, tone, and pitch. Okay? Yung paano mo ba dineliver yung salita? Okay? Paano mo ba dineliver yung language? Or yung gusto mong i-communicate? Ano ba yung tono mo? Mataas ba or mababa ba yung pitch mo? Kumusta yung boses? How is it being delivered? So, you might be overwhelmed or you might be shocked knowing that 7% lang pala ang ginagamit natin using verbal portion, but the remaining 93%, according to Mehrabian model, is attributed to non-verbal communication. I have here a pie chart here, to visually represent and discuss the Mehrabian's 7-38-55% rule. Okay, yung 7%, yun lang yung spoken words. Yung 38%, yun yung boses natin, yun yung tono ng boses natin, etc., etc. And the remaining 55% is yung body language natin, na an example or in-explain natin kanina. Now, knowing that, napakahalaga pala ng non-verbal communication because it composed of 93% of the way we communicate. Napakalaking bahagdan ng pakikipagtalastasan ang ina-attribute sa non-verbal communication. Okay, there are different examples of non-verbal communication here. Number 1 is body movement or gesture. So, yung mga small and unintended movements natin. At yung mga small and unintended movements natin, katulad ng pag-iling, pagtango, for example, pagtaas ng kilay, for example, it means something to other people. It communicates something. Okay? Another would be physical appearance. Physical appearance also means a lot. Okay? Kapag halimbawa nakipag-meeting ka sa isang sa board, kapag ikaw ay nakapag-meeting sa mga stakeholders ng company, okay? When you are dressed formally or you are dressed informally, neatly or sloppily, the color of your attire, it sends out message. It reflects message. Your voice also can mean boredom, excitement, doubt, certainty, etc. The way the message is being delivered, your voice, paano mo siya dineliver? Mataas ba yung pitch mo? Mababa ba yung pitch mo? Yung tono ba ng boses mo ay neutral? And all of these, paano mo siya dineliver? So, kung minsan parehas lang yung mensahe natin, pero by delivery, by voice, it can be different in meaning, Iba kasi yung paraan kapag dinideliver mo yung message na excited ka, okay, may doubt ka, may boredom, etc., etc. Okay? Next, the touch also communicates a lot, no? But this is something that should be avoided in the workplace as much as possible. Next, space and territory. It includes one's position and distance while communicating with someone. Space. Siyempre, pag mas malapit ka, okay, yung mas malapit ka sa kausap mo, mas maririnig ka. But you have to adjust kapag mas malayo yung kausap mo sa iyo. So, nakaka-apekto rin yun. And this is a part of nonverbal communication. The time spent also to communicate may also be interpreted in many ways. No, yung time spent o yung oras na ginugol mo sa pakikipag-usap. Halimbawa, kapag yung kausap mo, ang binigay lang sa yung oras ng pakikipagtalastasan ay 1 minuto or 2 minuto, it might be interpreted as rushing or nagmamadali siya or in a hurry siya. And this could further mean either urgency or the communication is pwedeng unimportant. Ngayon, kapag well-rounded yung pag-uusap, you've given enough time, ibig sabihin, maaaring mahalaga yung pinag-uusapan, hindi nagra-rush, and it shows that the communication is important. So, lahat ng ito ay example ng non-verbal communication. This is the reason why non-verbal communication is really important in the workspace or in communication by and large. Katulad nga ng sinabi ng model ni Professor Mehrabian or Dr. Albert Mehrabian, yung 7, 38, and 55 rule, 7% lang yung spoken words sa communication. 38% yung delivery, yung voice, yung tone ng boses, yung pitch, and 55% will be allotted for body languages. So this is very important. Now, I have here an activity, but I would like to ask if you have any questions. I hope that you could reflect on the importance of nonverbal communication, because it is not just about speaking. It's about how you deliver it, your gestures, your body movements, the physical appearance, the space, the distance, and even the time spent, not just the movements and gestures. Napakalaki ng ginagampanan ng nonverbal communication pag nakikipag-usap tayo. And sometimes it's not just about the message by itself. It's the way you deliver the message, which may be attributed to nonverbal communication. Now, I would like to ask if you have questions. If you have questions, feel free to message me on the group chat and I'll be very happy to assist you. We have here an activity for skill building. I want you to identify the pictures below, and I want you to identify or to describe their body language. Okay? And for check for understanding, I want you to describe the handshakes of both pictures. And which pictures do you think show more disgust, or which picture shows being uncomfortable? And ano yung nonverbal na evident dito? I want you to interpret that. Okay? So, I have here 2 scenarios. Actually 3 scenarios. Okay? So, do it, and I want you to upload it or submit it into our Google website. If you have further questions, I'll be very happy to assist you. This has been Sir Don, and thank you so much.